Iran world deals, fracking laws, could concealing weapons be a thing of the past? Good afternoon, Walled Lake, and welcome to PS News Weekly, taking you around the world and back home in just about 5 minutes. My name's Anthony Paz, here to bring you today's broadcast. Let's start off with some opinions of around the world. Amid forecasts that a deal is close, but with several key issues unresolved, 6 world powers announced Friday that they would take a 5-day break from their negotiations with Iran over its nuclear program. Negotiators have wavered between optimism and gloom since they sat down last Sunday at a luxury hotel here in Switzerland to work out the outline of a deal to prevent Iran from gaining nuclear weapons from capability. Now, there's hope for negotiation here, but is there hope for any negotiation over in London? One Direction is one man down on its world tour. The boy band's publicist says the stressed Zayn Malik is flying home to Britain. The band's publicist said the band will continue with upcoming performances as a part of the On the World Again tour. It was not clear whether Malik would rejoin the tour for the 3 scheduled dates in South Africa starting on March 28th. Now, heading over to Washington, the Obama administration on Friday unveiled the nation's first major federal regulations on hydraulic fracturing, also known as fracking, a technique for oil and gas drilling that has led to a significant increase in American energy production, but has also raised concerns about health and safety risks. The regulations announced on Friday are expected to be the first in a series of new rules governing fracking safety. Now, heading to the heart of fracking in Texas, a fatty acid might be among organic molecules discovered on Mars by NASA's Curiosity rover. However, it's not possible at this stage to determine whether the compound has a biological or non-biological origin, and contamination could still be responsible for the finding. Curiosity landed on the Red Planet in August of 2012 on a mission to explore Gale Crater, which billions of years ago would have been nothing but a lake. So, heading very close to home over in Oakland County, saying there is no room for double standards, an Oakland County judge sentenced a 30-year-old female teacher to spend the next 6 to 15 years in prison for having a sexual relationship with a student. Catherine Runk, who taught Spanish at a Catholic high school, could have been sentenced to as little as a year in jail, but Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Nancy Grant opted for prison time Tuesday, noting the boy was only 15 at the time. Now, heading over into the general state of Michigan for our editorial. As some school officials have been confronted with gun owners openly carrying weapons on or near their campuses, causing lockdowns for students and faculty and startling parents and law enforcement, a state lawmaker is drafting legalization that will close the loophole in the state law that makes it legal. State Senator Mike Green wants a bill that will change the law that allows gun owners to openly carry their weapons in gun-free zones like schools. And now we're heading over to Anthony's analysis. Keep in mind that all the opinions stated in Anthony's analysis are mine and not associated with PS Weekly News. Now, violence is a serious problem in today's society. There's nothing you can really do about mentally ill people or people who don't have control. But even though it is what it is, some people can be controlled. Allowing open gun carry is such a serious problem that could be prevented in many different ways, but if we allow a law that will allow certain individuals who could have potentially passed a test simply to carry a gun could easily shoot someone if they were to get too riled up or too angry, and never allowing the other person to state their opinion on it. They could have passed away, and no one could have known what could have really happened if we were to allow such horrendous laws to be passed in America these days. School shootings are nothing to laugh about, and neither is death. And this is why we need to keep our individuals who are allowed to carry guns at an absolute minimum. Now, heading over to sports and weather for some happier news in sports. The NHL scoreboard states that Detroit has lost to Tampa Bay 1-3. This would be happier news unless you're a Detroit fan. Sorry, Detroit. Better luck next game. And over to weather. Unfortunately, we thought summer was coming, but we were drastically wrong. Flurries outside, as usual. And this is Anthony Paz signing off from PS Weekly.